The biggest key to conducting business in Canada is understanding how different it is from the United States and how different doing business can be. Another way to better your understanding is to better understand Canadian culture as well as the way they live. A big part of understanding the different cultures is to appreciate Canada, explore, experience even. Just look around, visit places, go to the countryside, visit cities like Quebec and Toronto and Ontario, and just learn a little bit about what makes Canada what it is. Another way to better understand the Canadian culture is to do your research and make yourself more able to communicate with the people that you're trying to conduct business with. The more you learn about Canada, the more you learn about what makes Canada what it is, the better off you'll be. For example, speak the language. Especially if you're visiting places like Quebec, you're going to need to learn how to speak a little bit of French. Maybe not the whole language, but a little bit of it, just so the people there know that you're trying and that you're giving them an effort, and in turn, they'll give you an effort. Canada has some of the nicest people on this earth, and if you understand that, you'll be in good shape. Another big thing to understand is Canadian slang. Understand that when they say things like Timmy's, they're not talking about a person necessarily. They're talking about the infamous Tim Hortons or their version of Dunkin' Donuts. Understand when they say Louie, they're not talking about a crazy person, but they're talking about their dollar coin, the loonie. Another big thing to understand about Canada is that they're not like us when it comes to sports. In America, you'll find people talking about things like baseball and football, and in Canada that isn't the case. Understand that they get their entertainment from hockey and curling. So maybe understand what one of these is. Maybe even buy yourself one. Maybe not this particular team, but you're going to Canada, you're going to need something that relates to a hockey team because a lot of business is done in hockey. You don't have to get a Vegas Golden Knights jersey. Maybe even if you don't watch hockey, get a Canadian team jersey. The Maple Leafs, the Senators, the Canucks. You can't go wrong. Finally, consider and utilize your resources. Look beyond the major business provinces. For example, here's a graph showing business in most provinces. Ontario is the biggest one right now, but look at all these places down here, like British Columbia and Saskatchewan. These are parts of Western Canada that are currently experiencing huge economic growth. If you can take advantage of that, not only will you be able to conduct more business, but you will be able to influence trade policy. Another thing is when you're looking onto Western Canada, understand that they're currently going through huge economic growth. If you look at this graph right here, you can see that the top line is Canada and the bottom line is the United States. And as of October 2015, business in Canada has extremely shot up. Finally, understand that share of total employment has also been going up. People are working for more money now. If you look at this graph right here, percent share of total employment from 1996 to 2015, you can see how it went from all the way down here to all the way up here. People are starting to understand how important business is in Canada and how to start taking advantage of that. So while they're doing that, maybe it's time you took advantage of that. Understand that doing business in Canada is probably not the hardest thing you're ever going to do. Understand that Canada is one of the most forgiving places in the world. One panelist even said, screwing up in Canada, compared to screwing up in other places, is more like spraining your ankle compared to breaking your leg. In conclusion, the more you know about what makes Canada what it is, the better. Learn about the place you're going to do business and use it to your advantage. Communication is key, and if you communicate with your audience and about more than just business, you're in good shape.